Friends. When we talk about those Hollywood films that manage to capture the imagination of audiences across generations, from kids to adults, one name that instantly stands out is Jumanji. This is not just a movie. It's an entire journey that, since the 1990s, has shown us a unique combination of adventure, thrill, and deep emotions. The very idea of Jumanji is a game that doesn't remain just a game once you start playing. It transforms into a real battle between life and death. The most fascinating aspect of this game is that the players aren't simply rolling dice. Every turn unleashes dangers and challenges that come alive in the real world, forcing the players to fight for their survival and cross each level if they want to make it out alive. If we look back, the first Jumanji movie hit theaters in 1995. For its time, the story was so fresh and unique that audiences were blown away the moment they saw it. The legendary Robin Williams, one of the greatest actors of that era, carried the soul of this film. The story showed us how two kids stumble upon a mysterious board game, and the moment they start playing, the magic begins. Every roll of the dice brings terrifying animals, wild jungles, and impossible scenarios to life. Robin Williams played Alan Parrish, a man who had been trapped inside the game for years, and once the kids started playing again, he finally came out. But escaping wasn't enough. Together, they had to finish the game to set everything right. The biggest strength of Jumanji 1995 was its storytelling and special effects. Back then, CGI and VFX were nowhere near today's level. But even so, the movie created a magical world that stayed in the hearts of fans forever. The first film made one thing very clear. Jumanji wasn't just a children's movie. It was a true family adventure. It had comedy, emotion, fear, and above all, a mysterious world that everyone wished they could get lost in. That's exactly why the 1995 movie is still considered a classic and remains a favorite that people continue to revisit even today. But after that, the story of Jumanji seemed to go silent. For years, there was no sequel, and fans kept waiting, wondering if they would ever get to return to that magical world on the big screen. Finally, after 22 years, in 2017, a brand new version was introduced, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. And this time, instead of a board game, the concept was reinvented into a video game. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle completely reimagined the old story. Instead of finding a mysterious board game, the kids now came across a video game console. The moment they started playing, they were pulled right into the game's world. The biggest twist was that players didn't just enter the game as themselves, they became their chosen avatar. A skinny, awkward kid in real life could transform into a muscular hero inside the game. This new concept brought a fun and refreshing energy to the franchise. The movie introduced 4 teenagers: Spencer, Fridge, Bethany, and Martha. But once they entered the game, they became completely different characters. Spencer turned into Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Fridge became Kevin Hart. Bethany transformed into Jack Black. And Martha was played by Karen Gillan. The real fun began here, because each character came with specific strengths and weaknesses. The players had to survive by using those strengths and learning how to deal with their flaws, all while trying to pass each level of the game. Welcome to the Jungle showed us that the world of Jumanji wasn't just dangerous, it was incredibly entertaining too. It delivered laugh-out-loud comedy, high-octane action, and a strong emotional core, as the teenagers learned the true value of friendship and life while stuck inside the game. The film became a massive box office success, proving that Jumanji was back in the best way possible. Then came 2019's Jumanji: The Next Level, which pushed the adventure even further. This time, when the players were pulled back into the game, the world itself had changed. Instead of just a jungle, they now faced deserts, snowy mountains, and far more dangerous terrain. The movie also introduced new characters, with legendary actors Danny DeVito and Danny Glover joining the cast. Another hilarious twist was added: character switching. Unlike before, Spencer, Fridge, Martha, and Bethany didn't always end up in the same avatar. Sometimes they switched bodies, which led to even more comedy and chaos, as everyone struggled to adapt. The Next Level brought even more action, humor, and thrills than Welcome to the Jungle. Audiences loved watching the characters constantly swapping roles and experiencing life from totally different perspectives. Once again, the movie turned into a huge box office hit, cementing Jumanji as one of Hollywood's biggest adventure franchises. And now, fans are eagerly awaiting Jumanji 4. The first 3 films have already proven that the world of Jumanji holds limitless possibilities. From the era of the board game to the age of video games, every new chapter brought fresh twists and gave audiences an unforgettable experience. The big question now is, what's next? Will we see characters switching in even crazier ways? Will the game itself spill entirely into the real world? Or will there be a brand new level so unpredictable that no one could have imagined it before? Filmmakers have hinted that the next movie will take the story to an even bigger scale. The line between the game and reality may become blurred like never before. That means the players won't just face dangers inside the game, they might actually have to deal with those threats in the real world too. Friends, by now you've seen the entire journey of Jumanji, how the 1995 classic laid the foundation for this franchise, and how in 2017 and 2019 the series came back to life in a brand new way, transforming from a magical board game into an adventurous video game world where every moment was a fight between life and death. But now it's time for the biggest question every Jumanji fan has been waiting for. What exactly will happen in Jumanji 4? Who will return? What will the budget look like? And just how big will it be at the box office? Stay tuned till the end of this video for all the details. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, share the hype, and subscribe to the channel. So let's talk about the story of Jumanji 4. If you remember, the next level ended with a huge twist. Right at the end, the line between the game and the real world began to blur, and animals from the game were suddenly seen roaming the actual city. That twist clearly hinted that the next film would pick up right from there. This time, the players won't just be trapped inside the game. Now the game itself will spill into the real world, and that means not just 4 friends, but an entire city will become part of the game. Imagine the chaos and thrill when Jumanji's lions, elephants, rhinos, snakes, and deadly jungle traps suddenly appear in real life, turning everyone into players in this dangerous adventure. In Jumanji 4, we'll see Spencer, Fridge, Martha, and Bethany pulled back into the game because they're the ones who've already beaten it before, and the game seems determined to test them again. But this time, they won't be alone. New players will join them. In the next level, we saw characters played by Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, and filmmakers have hinted that Jumanji 4 will introduce even more new faces. Reports suggest that a few big Hollywood stars might even appear in cameo roles, expanding the Jumanji universe on a much larger scale. Now let's talk about the cast. Having Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is almost a guarantee, because honestly, Jumanji just doesn't feel complete without him. Alongside him, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan are all expected to return, since their team dynamic is one of the biggest reasons audiences love these films. The comedy, friendship, and constant back and forth between them is the true heart of Jumanji. On top of that, Nick Jonas's character Alex is rumored to have a bigger role this time, since he was only lightly featured in the next level, but could be central to the plot in the new film. As for the story, speculation suggests that Jumanji won't just remain a game anymore. It will evolve into a global threat. The game's wild animals, deadly traps, and unpredictable levels could spill into real-world cities. And the players won't just be fighting for themselves, they'll be fighting to save the entire world. A massive twist could come in the form of a new villain, possibly the original creator of the Jumanji game itself, who may finally step out of the shadows to unleash his power on the human world. Now let's look at the budget. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle was made on around $90 million, while the next level jumped to $132 million. So for Jumanji 4, we can expect the budget to easily land somewhere between $150 to $180 million, considering the massive VFX requirements, larger sets, and the concept of merging the game world with the real world. Add in the huge salaries of The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black, and it's clear why this will be one of the most expensive films in the franchise. As for the release date, no official date has been announced yet. However, both the filmmakers and Dwayne Johnson have dropped hints in interviews that Jumanji 4 is actively in development. Industry insiders are predicting a release sometime by the end of 2026 or the start of 2027. Now comes the biggest question. How much will Jumanji 4 earn at the box office? If we look back, Welcome to the Jungle raked in nearly $962 million worldwide, and the Next Level crossed $800 million. With numbers like these, it's safe to say that Jumanji has been nothing short of a blockbuster franchise. So expectations are sky high for Jumanji 4, with predictions suggesting it could easily cross the $1 billion mark, especially since the story is set to be bigger, wilder, and more dangerous than ever before, with the entire world becoming part of the game. The biggest strength of Jumanji as a franchise has always been its cast and its universal family appeal. These movies aren't just for kids. They're family entertainment packed with comedy, thrills, and heartfelt moments. That's exactly why Jumanji works across the globe, with audiences of all ages coming together to watch it. So friends, Jumanji 4 won't just be another film. It will be an experience. It will show us what happens when the world of the game collides head-on with the real world, and how human courage, friendship, and unity can overcome even the wildest challenges. This movie is shaping up to be one of those rare Hollywood blockbusters that will make you laugh, thrill you with non-stop adventure, and still leave you with life lessons to carry home.